So, sir, it's been a while that you've been at the helm of affairs at MAPS. How has it been so far?
To God be the glory. It has been very a wonderful and amazing experience to see that the affair of Nigerian child, as it affects education, values, morals, uplifted. And I've seen the contributions, cooperation, understanding of nearly all stakeholders. And where we have challenges, there are brighter hopes that we can surmount them in the nearest future.
Now, the association was actually formed to bring together the voice of proprietors of private schools so that you can speak with a common voice. In matters that have to do with children, probably matters that also have to do with schools. What can you say have been your successes?
The association, for points of correction, it goes beyond.
Yeah, I said one of the.
Okay.
I said one of
okay. So in that regard, we have recorded so much success as trying to push our cases, our need before government in particular. In the area of tax, for instance, we are ensured that education is seen as a social service, and as such, the passive profits from schools are not being taxed. And as such, we just settle down for PE and proprietors' fee under PE or direct assessment. We also have been able to achieve a whole lot of things when it comes to issues like opening of schools, school resumptions, and school closing dates. We have been able to make government realize that schools that are run under private establishments should be given some windows of opportunity to open schools about a week before official resumption or a week thereafter to take care of those who are writing international examinations that will often come earlier than normal local WAEC examination and NECO examinations. Examinations like TOEFL, IGC, and others that are made for international mission often come earlier, and as such, they need to resume back to school much earlier than government often propose in most cases.
A nagging problem with many of the private schools is the problem of debts of school fees and all that. And there are parents who also would strategically leave debts in schools. They leave one school and then go to another school to register, just so as to avoid the payment of school fees altogether. It looks like in our own interaction with schools, we find that this is fairly common. Is there a way, or are there ideas that the association is bringing up to tackle these kinds of things?
We are aware of these challenges to a large extent. The manner in which we are tackling this are in various methods. The first method is for members to ensure that their schools are brought up to a minimum standard. And by minimum standard, we mean there must be a corporate governance in an average school, whereby everything does not start and end with the proprietor alone. There must be a structure, it must be a system-run school, not individual-run schools. And when school is standard, when school is developed to a minimum standard, then the tendency of parents leaving one school to another will first of all be tackled, because there is a system. At point of entry, there are interviews that will have been conducted for parents to determine their mindsets and to determine the sustainability of maintaining the school fee of such school. And the school also should realize that in building a structure, we must put before the parents at the point of entry how the school fee is being structured, at what time in the school lifetime of a child should they expect increment, and what other factors of economy can affect increment in schools. What kind of business is the parent doing? What are the other security put in place to ensure that should a parent have challenges in their personal job or businesses, what are the structure within a school to take care of such challenges within a little while and manage it with parents until parents bounces back. We can have a structure that can take care of that for a year. That could be what we call the insurance or social security within the school system, where people contribute a pool of funds to, so that when one or two parents have issues that are genuine, that are observable, that are traceable, then other fee can take care of such students until things bounce back within a period, say a year, say sometimes. So with this, you are tackling that already. The issue of owing school fees or defaulting in payment of school fees is not the problem of parents alone. It also has to do with the school structure. Are you getting the point now?
Yes.
That is one aspect. The second aspect is that we are also looking at a way we collaborate with government to ensure that an average school, any school whatsoever, must belong to a regional body. Not necessarily our own association alone. There are over 20 associations that are existing in Lagos State agreement, and if government make it a bit easier for us to ensure that for proper corporate governance in school, a school belongs to a professional body that are meeting at meeting level, they can share ideas, they can rub mind, and at that level we will be able to say that XYZ school has this child from one's particular period of time to the other within a time limit. When that child leaves, we can trace where that child is going by having a common portal where all schools can be registered, that can be managed independently of government officials. Then as a child is leaving XYZ school within the states now, we should be able to trace where the child is going by issuing such child what we call a transfer form. An ID is being given, and you maintain your ID till you finish your school level. Government has a similar program called under last year. This is Lagos State number given to student, individual student, but it has not been properly used to monitor the progress of students. So with this and other, we should be able to tackle that. It's a matter of time we are going to get it.
So one other problem that I think schools face is this problem where teachers just pull out and they want to start their own needs. And so we have a structure, there are problems of quality because some of them start with ramshackle structures and so on. There are also problems of whittling down on school population of established schools and so on. Are there ways in which things like this can be controlled?
Like I've told you, once members and non-members were able to see corporate governance in school as a mandatory course, as a mandatory techniques, this will definitely take care of some issues naturally. Before a teacher is being employed, it is being said that such a teacher must have been educationally qualified and professionally qualified to teach. The issues of someone just being good academically and you want to drop into teaching should be discouraged in a well-structured system. And if someone is a trained teacher, there are some ethics that are supposed to be followed. And these ethics are saying that you can establish a school as a teacher if you have a vision, but it is within a particular parameter of an existing school, not even only the school in which you have taught before. You must observe this as a trained teacher, as a professional. And all this has to do with making sure that schools operate under a corporate governance.
The problem of mass failure in WAEC, a lot of it has been attributed to the foundations. What would be your comment or reaction to this? Because one would feel that most of the children who pass through private schools usually are able to express themselves in English and probably in maths, but somehow by the time the results come out at WAEC, it's always a disappointment nationally. What do you think can be done to tackle this problem?
The issue of the reflection of student performance in our external examination has to do with the value system of our society. These children are from one society or the other down to the school. What is the value system now when it comes to reading culture? What is the value system now when the child has not done well and he has to repeat a class? What is the perspective of individual in the society to failure? Is failure being seen as a progress to success? Or failure is being seen as an isolation, as an individual aspect of life, that once you fail now, you are a failure forever? Or failure can actually gradually lead you to success? What is their perspective? The perspective of people here now is that a child must be born today and must be successful tomorrow. That is the perspective of Nigerian average person. A child must go to school today. Either the child is able to meet up with the curriculum or not, the child must be promoted. That is the mindset of an individual here. A child must be born and must be a graduate, which is supposed not to be. That is the mindset of our people. Vocational studies have been established in the curriculum as a paperwork only. In practical, how many parents are ready to allow their child to be trained on vocational level without necessarily having this certificate, especially university certificate? The certification or the much attachment that has been attached, that has been given to certification in Nigeria, is also another issue that is reflecting in our results. And until we change our mindset as a people, as a society, as a nation, on materialism to values in which we cherish so much in those days, until we stop giving unmerited award to individuals, then our results at external level will still be having such reflection that we are witnessing to.
But one other, with the growing popularity of nursery education, because we talk about these values, our local languages seem to be fading away. Children hardly are able to speak, either because of the pressure that comes from nursery education for them to be able to express themselves, and that's how schools can prove that actually these children are learning in school. But the traditional languages seem to be becoming a problem for the children. I don't know, has the association also noticed this problem?
Yes, the association has noticed this, and at the last education forum organized by federal government at Ogun State, our association was in attendance, and this is a forum whereby all the commissioner for education and directors are privy to attend, and it's a yearly thing. And right in there we made known that our local language should be given special place as it used to be before. If you can recall, in the past, you must pass five subjects to include one Nigerian language. You must also read 9 subjects in senior secondary school to include one Nigerian language. But the curriculum has been adjusted because of confusion here and there, to the extent that our language is being made only compulsory at the basic level. It's not being left as optional at the secondary level. And we are saying that our children should be exposed, in as much we want to expose people to ICT, computer education, we want to expose them to civic education, which we have made compulsory. You cannot take the culture of people away from them, and you expect them to carry out all these civic rights, to carry out technology drive, because everybody is attached to his roots. So it is the belief of our association that this language should be returned. Also, parents also should realize there is not the ability to speak the Western language, which is commonly English here, alone, that makes a child intelligent, but ability to know about your roots. Because a man that is detached from his roots is only floating. The best you can ever be is a second to an Englishman. There is no way the likes of Wale Soyinka can be said to be a British in the real sense of it.
That's true. Now, there's the problem of exorbitant fees of some schools. You don't exercise any control in this area. Schools are just free to charge whatever they want to charge. Is that the case, sir?
The word exorbitant and the control over school fees is something personally, and as a head of an organization, I feel is rational. It's rational, it's relative, and should not be a thing to debate about, because the facility of a school determines what they charge. There are some schools that spend nothing less than over 100 millions of naira on yearly basis for maintenance alone of facilities. So you could just infer how much your school will charge. And since children are not compelled to attend any school, but you have to attend that of your choice, then the choice is in the hand of the parents.
Okay, sir. So, many people who are in education would like to attain the kind of success that you have attained. What would be your word of encouragement for people like that?
My word of encouragement for anyone that will want to come to this line of service is that, first of all, we cannot serve God that we don't see effectively, we don't serve man. Service to God is service to man, and service to man is the way to greatness. So that is my philosophy, and that is this philosophy that is behind running a successful school. It goes beyond the profit aspect of it. It goes beyond being seen as a proprietor. You have to make up your mind that you are going to jettison, you are going to let go many social life, family life, extended family life, and all that, to be able to be focused to face the numerous needs of these children, because school should be seen beyond academics. We tackle spiritual issues here, and we do more than what a pastor and man will have done in a mosque or a church, and that is my advice.
So for members of the association, what would you want to say to them?
To them, I want them to see light at the end of the tunnel, and with what we have been able to achieve in the past, both the past elders, the current ESCO, it has shown that it can only be better. It can't go worse thereafter. We have shown to the world that there are a lot of potentials that is inherent in our coming together, and nobody is an island. Nobody can survive alone. We need to share ideas. We need to network. We need to share our problem. And of course, they said the problem shared is success.
How about children? Because there's
so the children, we want them to begin to identify their role model as early as possible in life. We want them to pay more premium on values and character building beyond even academics this time around, because you cannot even be said to be a graduate if you have not satisfied the minimum prerequisites in school. If you check the certificates of nearly all universities or tertiary institutions, it will be said that having been certified both the academic and character
that is true.
of the school, then you are being awarded. So if you know that character out of it, you are not awarded. So they should play more emphasis on character, and once the character is sound, it will lay a solid foundation for even their performance.
My final question, sir. What legacy would you want to be remembered for as the next president?
I want to see a situation whereby we are able to achieve a situation where an average Nigerian, an average school owner, an average parent, an average student do away with crave for materialism. Do away with crave for materialism, because I have seen that as our issues. Even people that are upright, because of the crave for materialism and respect for riches in our society, has made them have double standard or speak two sides of their mouths. So that is what I want to remember.
We want to thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.